something like internet might go out in different areas. Usually in the winter time, but it could happen anytime. So welcome to the first day of summer, guys. It is not summer here. It is cool. And I'm glad I'm not in Budapest, Hungary. They're like roasting. Amazing. It's further north latitude. Budapest is further north latitude than Boston. That's hard to understand how that's possible. When you look at a globe or a map or something, it always looks like northeastern United States is further north than Europe, than southern Europe, but it's not the case. Okay, let's get started here. Challenges, we're accepting 5+3. What's up, Astrobait? Where's your friends? Bring your friends along. This is the European stream, guys. This is for my steaming hot European friends, boiling in Central Europe and other parts of Europe. I was doing a lesson with a student of mine from France today, and I think Normandy is probably pretty nice, like here, but I wouldn't want to be in Budapest or anywhere nearby there. Okay, guys, I'm gonna just create a game, as they say. Create a game. I want to go to the lobby. No, I want the lobby. But I just got a challenge. Sharkima. Okay. Long time since I've seen Sharkima. Sharkima or Sharkima. We've never played before, which is strange. That's strange. Strange because I recognize Sharkima's. He's an Aussie. No, Heard Island and the McDonald Islands. Where is that? Is that for real? You're just pretending to be from some weird place. Bang, C4. Good luck. This is casual, right? Yeah. Is it fake? Where are you really from? I never heard of that one before. Is that like some weird Polynesian destination or something? It's got the British themed flag there. Ohio. Alright, he's fake. He's an Aussie from Ohio. Okay, guys. We've never played before Sharkima. British colony. My geography failed. We were talking about that yesterday. Differing opinions on my geographic ability. D6. Oh. The old Indian against everything repertoire. Wonderful. I'm not really warmed up. I kind of revert back to boring stuff like knight f3 in the English safe openings when I'm not ready. Not ready. King Oldman. Gary Oldman. D4. So guys, I'm just taking challenges, whoever they may be from, as long as you have an established account that's not just been made recently with less than 100 games. This position I've actually played with black, and so I know a little bit about it. Alexander Ivanov played it against me once and lost. It's not a good idea to play things against people who, play it themselves generally. Ivanov was unlucky that he didn't know that I played this for black, so it was still not really the reason why he lost. But so bishop f5, I actually in fact had this position in a tournament game this year. I've only played like 4 or 5 tournament games in 2019, and this was one of them. Strange coincidence. I prefer queen e7 there for black rather than bishop f5. It might be slightly more accurate. But anyways, this game I had against the 2200 in the Budapest Team Championship, I had a crushing position, but it was really weird, and the guy slipped away like an eel. I was almost even lost in like, I think near the final position in a crazy game. I don't remember it now. This variation, this exact position, really strange stuff. So I think Ivanov played like bishop g6 against me. This you see more commonly. I only played this twice. One game I won against the Slovakian guy, Stefan Matsur, who was really unpleasant. Stefan. So I'm 1.5 out of 2. That's a new one. I think my opponent did the same thing. What did the other game? Yeah, I think my guy, what he did, I know what it was now. I think he did like knight takes knight, and d5. And I froze, paralyzed, in confusion. And when I looked it up, like there were no games. Like that has never been played. It's like knight takes d5, or sorry, knight takes e4, knight takes e4, d5. And for some reason I was afraid to develop his queen for him with c takes d5. But it turns out that c takes d5, queen takes d5 is quite good for white. And so I was afraid of ghosts. But anyway, this is not our game. I'm wasting a lot of time. I'm talking too much. And yeah. I can't talk too much. I'm used to playing, like, doing game analysis, simuls, maybe 7+3. So I have to move a little bit faster here and stop talking so much. But I find this kind of position interesting. It's always fun to play something that you can appreciate from both sides. I don't trust this opening for black at all. Last time I played it with black, it was also a kind of stressful game. I drew with a 2300. That was a totally different game though. All right. Bishop e7. So black's trying to play this in a sort of solid way. Interesting. The solid Ukrainian variation. We're just going to go for the bishop. E3 is an interesting move. There are only really two main openings in chess, P like a boss. It's like against d4, it's an Indian defense, knight f6, or d4, d5. Both are very standard and perfectly good. So there's really no way to... There's only one way I can answer your question. It's, of course, it's good at all levels. I might, be inclined to think that like classical openings would be recommended for really beginners, like say under 1500, but I don't think it really makes a big difference. Welcome guys to my stream. We're playing some blitz against all challengers. Decisions. It just seems like he's got a lot of congestion here on the highway. So that's why I'm not interested in super mystery move, the mystery mobile. Knight f8, bishop h7, these pieces are not happy. But at the same time, it's still not so easy for me either. Rook f2, extremely subtle, probably unnecessary. Too subtle, too fancy. Escort right. You guys can challenge me, and I'm taking the subscribers in the same order as everyone else. So Dragon B, 10-year-old, save a dog, escort right. I mean, G6 is really radical for black. That is a radicalized move. That move has been radicalized. Rook F2, I'm not sure that was fast, but kind of a Karpovian thing about defending B2, making sure my king had a blocker on the diagonal. And I wanted to be able to meet Queen B6 with Bishop E3. If you're wondering why I played Rook F2, I think that he should have played D5 there instead of G6, D5. Try to open up his bishop a little bit. King G7. Black is in a lot of trouble now. Now Knight G8. I totally missed it. You found it. Up close and personal. Sharkima seems to be a good defender. Knight F5 check. Do I really want to do that though? Seems like it would be better just to develop my pieces somehow. But now Knight E6, see, I probably made a mistake there. Because I gave him the E6 square for his knight, which he didn't used to have. All hell's gonna break loose. I guess we go for pressure against F7 here. Take with a rook. But it's not so easy. I mean, clearly white is better. Pin my rook. I do need to get my pieces developed. Oh man, I walked into Knight E6 again. God damn it. I'm not used to that move being there. Okay, it's still not clear. Trying to defend myself. Defending E3 indirectly. D4. Sorry, that's it. Defending D4 with Bishop E3. Whoa. Okay, I think he dropped a piece. Maybe not. But it's good enough. Knight H5, Queen E3. He didn't actually drop a piece. So he's down to increments, but he seems to like that. What's the deal? You're like a bullet player? 5,000 bullet, classical 500. F5. He just dropped a piece. Okay. Freaked out. Interesting game. Where did we left book right away? After G4. Bishop G4. Usually Knight G4, I think. No, it is Bishop G4, so I know this variation well. But I don't play Bishop F5. I play Queen E7 here. I think it's better. It became considered to be slightly better. The engine doesn't agree, though. Engine likes Bishop there, G4. Okay. So this is right, Bishop G4. And I'm supposed to play Bishop G2, actually. Wow. Okay. I've only played Queen E7 with black. What's up, Bob? You realize in 400 points stronger in classical and blitz. Yeah, that's possibly true. Okay, let's get some more games. Dragon B. I don't know the variation as well as I should, really. But it's like, play it yourself with black. You don't really need to know how to play it with white because nobody ever plays it. I did get it once, though. Once a year. Bob, you're in trouble. You're already getting your first demerit. I got the point, Bob. You know, you should stick to classical. That's what I thought. I didn't need to read the last sentence. I understood the point. No, you have to get tier 3 for me to read every single word and pay attention to it. Oh no, knight c3. I guess I like b6 here. I have run into a move order problem in the Nimzo when white goes g3. Knight c3, bishop b4, g3. Then I play castles. And then they go knight f3. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry guys, confused. It's a question. Queen b3. Uh-oh. There was a game where I played this recently and a couple months ago, and I didn't know what I was doing with black. I can't believe somebody's mowing their lawn. It's literally been raining since 7 o'clock this morning. And I hear a mower out there. Alright, they literally are. It's the only industry where I live. Is basically landscaping. Queen b3. Okay, a5. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Have you ever had a tier 3 sub? Yeah, we've got a couple. Sorry about that, guys. I wanted to see where the landscaper was coming from, which angle they're getting me. I'm very noise sensitive. I want to keep track. They literally waited all day from 7 o'clock in the morning for a chance to mow someone's lawn at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy if you ask me. Bishop h4. We should probably think about going for g5 here. Tier 3 subscribers. That would be like tier 10, Bob, and that doesn't exist. But you can try to basically file for tier 10 status. That's like becoming a personal family member. That's special. This queen b3, man. Dragon b. That's a good line. It's just that the reason I'm complaining about the landscapers and the noise, it's just like where I live, on a day when it's nice, it's like constant noise all the time. Just all the time, literally, about people like mowing their lawns and doing yard landscaping 24/7 almost. So it's like when it's a rainy day, I'm kind of like, yes, finally today, like there'll be like some peace and quiet. And literally these guys like still find a way to like mow the grass in the rain. It's just unbelievable. The guy's literally running like a commercial mower on a small private property across the street. It's so loud that you can hear it like a mile away. Just really like a pet peeve of mine. I just want one day when it's like quiet. It's more quiet in the middle of Budapest in my apartment than it is in this like kind of quiet looking place. a4, queen takes a4. I want to trap the queen. I don't know how to do it. Knight. Yeah, I can't do it. Wow, Dragon B. Man, I'm not old enough to care about noise like that yet, Bob, because you're not a real chess player. I mean, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but the day you become a real chess player is the day that external noises start to bother you, you know? If noise doesn't bother you, then you're not a real chess player yet. I'm sorry, dude. Noise sensitivity is the first sign that you became a real chess player. You get earplugs for your tournament game. You look around angrily and start like shushing people when they whisper like across the room or something. This is a good looking position for white. I mean, I'm professional at like shushing people. Really professional. I'm like legendary at it. I've been better lately though. There was a period in my life when I was like a really heavy duty shusher. I was a terror, you know. But I got kind of better at being more like being less sensitive, let's say. All right. First timeout. Timeout. Tier 3 also has more tolerance for... Tier 3 also gets more tolerance for bad behavior. Okay. Bishop b7. Bob's in full troll mode today. But I don't want him insulting any more of the subscribers. He already like basically cost us one of our best followers this week, so I think we're gonna have to stop this pretty much like right here. It's becoming like a serial issue with Bob insulting the other subscribers and stuff. What's up, Ludwig AC, Anita, Asterbait, Sharkima, you're welcome for the game. What did I just do? Oh man, my Windows is acting up crazy. I'm about to lose on time. Man, good job by Dragon BC. Very well played. It's a tough call here. I've played similar positions. Bob already cost us one friend in the stream. I am not going to let you do it to us anymore. The problem here is I've played a5 and it weakens my queenside. I got to be a little bit careful about castling queenside. I've had a number of similar games in the past. But Dragon B doing a good job with white, playing this relatively correctly. I don't know what he does now about f2. Guys, open challenges to all of our viewers who have an established account on lichess. 10-year-old Save a Dog, escort rape, said person, and then Shri Kantan is challenging me to rated game, but I don't do rated. We're just playing for fun, and I'm at a disadvantage when I'm commentating, so please don't challenge me to rated. It's just one time control. 5+3 casual. That's the only control we're playing today. Usually I have a variable range of anything between 5+3 and 7+3. But for Fridays, we keep it fun so more people can play. And I just do... Alright, 94. I just do 5+3. Yeah, got frozen there for a minute. Ludwig, what's up? Guys, please support the stream by more than trolling. Alright, maybe I best castle. It's a little bit of a risky castle here. And he's going to play like e3. Can't afford to give up my bishop. I mean, f5, I guess. But f5 leaves my queen unprotected. I should probably think about putting the queen on g7. Jim, what's up? Good to see you. Bob has a lot of accounts. The player named Bob has many accounts, apparently. He's reached the account limit maximally allowed by lichess, I think. I'm about to flag. Wow. Dragon BC, spicy today. Strong positional game. Keep it simple. Dark square pawns. Journey to the dark squares. Journeying this one to dark square. Alright, there. You don't like your structure? Don't like that pawn? Jeopardizing the structure. Oh my god. He's got counterplay. He actually missed a pretty strong move there, I thought. And this endgame should be excellent for me. Here's rook f2 maybe. Comes his king. Oh, he just sort of panicked. Panic mode in blitz. Good game, Dragon BC. Very tough. Bad bishops defend good pawns. What's up? Move 11. Move 11. Getting some practice in. Move 11 needs to play as much as possible. So, guys, remind him. Getting back into tournaments this week, move 11. Okay, Shri content re-challenge, Ludwig AC. Let's get some games done. 10-year-old. 10-year-old's tough. Dragon BC, thank you for the game. Thanks for supporting us with bit donations this week. Okay, 10-year-old with c4. Hate c4. I play it myself with white, but it's a solid opening. Realistically, very, very solid. Let's try something. I usually do knight c6. All right, we'll stick to our repertoire. Symmetrical English, not the greatest thing to play for a win with black. I think we had this last time, and he had a really, really, really solid game. Maybe I need something different here. Last time I played bishop f5, I believe. We'll try something else. The only game I've lost in Hungarian or Budapest Team Championship in the last 3 years was with this move. The only game in like literally 35 or so team games in the last 3 seasons was Queen d7. I lost this position against international master Andras Mészáros last year, in 2018. He played a really good game here with white. Queen d7 itself is kind of weird. The idea is to play b6. 10-year-old instantly knew the best move for white. So I don't remember if Mészáros played e3. Now that you mention it, maybe he did. I've also tried f5 there, but b6 is considered a little bit more safe. Larson played this way with black, but it's a risky setup. You're giving up your bishop on c3. I later swore that I won't play it anymore after losing that game. But I guess if the player is under 2200, it's probably okay. You have to be quite a strong player to make this work for white. I had a lot of blitz games in it. He won. So I can play f5, but he's just gonna play e4 anyway. So raises an interesting question. If he's going to achieve e4 anyway, why even play? Why even play that? h6 was a move that I saw. I think I saw a game where Elvest or someone played this with black. Not sure this is the right position though. Now he's going to do e5. He really, really knows this. Most people don't. h6 was probably not great. World Loser, what's up? Wow. What do I do now? Take with the king. King Kong. I want to trade queens. It's a highly unusual opening. So basically all the landscapers where I live, they got washed out early today. So they're going to be like, the whole afternoon is going to be like a landscaping onslaught. There's just going to be like landscaping, lawnmowers. I hope it starts raining again. I literally never hoped for rain until this started. Now, and I literally hope that it's going to rain all the time. Okay, queen g4, no. I guess just bishop b7, huh? It's alright. Very solid. World Loser, former moderator here on the stream. How's it going, man? Wow. This guy is solid. 1883. 400 games. I mean, that's 400 rated games, right? But you don't know like how many casual games people have played. It's possible a 10-year-old has played like 20,000 casual games. My knight has an issue. I mean, g5 was kind of the plan at some point. Positional player, you don't say. But tactical too. Virtual Vilmos Balint. I lost to this Hungarian guy, Balint Vilmos, in a rapid game in this variation. It's strange when people who seem to have a predilection for positional play, or rather tactical play, try to play positional openings. The guy in question, I thought, is extremely good tactically, but not so good strategically. Yet he's like playing the English opening with white. You know, I don't understand. Like, if you're a tactical minded player, you shouldn't be playing the English opening with white. You should be playing something like, you know, sharp, open e4 games. Pretty much, that's all there is to it. What's up, everybody? Arsenal fan, Jim, Fuchsia. Queen d3. Slowly, white is running out of cool ideas. That's excellent. We can still castle. And we end up with a good bishop against bad bishop. Funny how this was a theme last game, too. I make every person's white square bishop bad. It's our second bad white square bishop in a row. Where should the king go? What does the king say? How can I play this without committing myself? I like the pressure on e4. But difficult to make progress. What does the cow say? Yeah, this is pretty much automatic. b4 is coming. To play it like a Nimzo. Again, not sure where my king was safest. Similar to the Vilmos Balint situation. This is a bad move. Bad move. I'm a bad hombre. I'm losing my mind here. Alright. Also, bad move for white. Somebody give me the phone number for Sergei Tivyakov or something. Some kind of Nimzo player who likes this type of structure. He found the plan. Two can play at that game. 10-year-old. Mother of the d6 square. Put my queen in the wrong square. Look at that. He is strong, dude. Threatening sacrifices on that. Could have gone to e3 long ago. Wow. Man, oh man. What am I going to do? Very strong positional player. This is just an epic game. There's only so much he can do on the A file, though. I was actually expecting rook a7 there. I'm going to make sure he doesn't get in here with any sort of tricks. So what's the difference between my knight and your knight? Some knights are more forever knights. He dropped a piece. An unfortunate choice. Yeah, he just kind of went into panic mode. Arsenal's like literally answering my question. Good job. So if he hadn't played queen e3, I mean, he's still able to bring his knight back to e3. I did not enjoy this game. Is this a Nimzo? It's like a Nimzo. Save a dog. Okay, no more of that stuff, guys. Like, we don't have enough time for games like that. Let's just not do that anymore. A little bit more open, please. The Caro Khan. All right, save a dog. Opening expert. I was looking at this yesterday. So this is supposed to be bad for black because of the move order. We actually managed to catch Save a Dog misplaying the opening slightly. Bishop F5 is not considered to be really as good here because of this. What's the next idea, though? That's as far as I looked, and I know that Stockfish says that white is like clearly better here, but I don't know like the direct refutation of black's position. I don't think it necessarily wins by force. Like Fuchsia, why do you say that? Like why can't black play knight f6? I don't see a problem with that. After d takes e4, knight takes e4, knight f6. Those variations seem kind of okay for me. Bishop f5 and knight d7 might be like not as accurate. Like e takes f6 variation should be fine for black. All right, I guess bishop c4 was the move. I don't remember now. Basically, no one plays this line for black. Knight f6 is going through a theoretical renaissance now, Fuchsia. Queen f3. Queen f3, I guess I could play queen f3, but what does it like do? d3. d3 is a strong move here. Maybe like queen h5? Did I have that last move? Queen h5, queen c7. It doesn't look right. Just don't play d3 and drop a knight with queen a5 check. Fuchsia, knight f6 instead of d takes e4 is a theoretically debated variation. The highest level. It's been quite trendy in the last several years. I was just looking at some of those lines. Not too deeply, though. I don't really play this with white, but I worked with some people who want to or do. So I've only done some surface research. Only have two pieces out too early to win by force. It's never too early to win by force. Right? It's always time. Queen c7, bishop e6. I actually looked at that. Queen c7, bishop e6, g6. Bishop takes f7, check. Oh, this move was unexpected, though. So there goes the whole... there goes this whole queen a5 check. That's good. At least we don't have to worry about that. I guess at the end of the day, black's threatening g6 now. But I can go back to d4, to e2. Is he going to play knight e7? It's a shame. It's a damn shame, Arsenal. Queen h5 doesn't look right to me. but it's a limited amount of time. It's 5+3. Just kind of got to make a move. I don't think that's, the right move. But I don't know what the right move was. I'm not even sure that bishop c4 was the right move. I mean, it's looking like a natural move. I had queen f3 before. I see. So queen f3, knight f6, queen b3. Is that it? The Morphy transfer like that? I just made that up. We call it the Morphy transfer. Sounds cool. Like last week I made up the half hippo, and it turns out that's a real terminology. So I'm just good at making up terminology that already exists. Bishop d6. I don't feel like retreating. The Opry. We're all Chelsea fans here. I don't really watch like Premier League football. I don't follow it, so I'll let Arsenal fan be. I kind of like Leicester. Just because they won last year, and it's an underdog. We don't say the C word. Leicester, right? You say Leicester. The home of Mark Hebden. Leicester the molester. All right. The queen is oddly placed there, isn't it? Slightly uncomfortable. I don't know. Does Mark drink a lot? It's hard. It's hard to compare him to. It seemed like he was pretty standard for an English pub crawler. I wouldn't put him up against the special players from Russia. All right. He's frozen. Real chess players drink vodka. The first time I ever got drunk was drinking vodka in Moscow. I mean, that's the way to start your drinking career. A proper beginning. Proper beginning to my drinking career. Grobbing good. Nils is here. What's up, man? Hello, my name is Nils. You probably all forgot about my existence. Who's Nils? This is my European facing stream, so we get some people crawling out of the woodwork who might not otherwise be able to join us. That's why I'm doing the Friday and hopefully the Monday streams at 12:30 USA time. So he found a way to knock at his queen trap directly. Knight h5, bishop c3 check. There's another variation. But I think that objectively I should probably take with a pawn here. Don't you? His queen is very close to getting trapped even now. You prefer the queen trade? I prefer the queen trade. I don't prefer the queen trade if I could trap his queen. He's real close to trapped here. Knight h5. Bishop f4. Okay, he's got knight f5 coming, so it proves kind of difficult to trap his queen directly. We'll have to mix in a couple other ideas, I guess. But I like this. I like this position. Mix and match different ideas. How I learned to stop worrying and found love for vodka in Russia. Well, I never told Nefedov. I don't know if I ever told Nefedov that story. My love for alcohol began in Russia. Who would have thought? Okay, G4. I mean, isn't that going to get trapped? Damn. H5. Look, man, those squares. Actually, what is he doing on that? He has literally no place to go. Deep stuff. So he let me trap him. Yeah, but that's 2 pieces for the price of 1. The Queen's Adventure. And they're missing F6. Save a dog. Minus something. Sans bishop. What happened to big money? Seen him in ages. What's up, Nils? We're having a contest for the most depressed and depressing life of anyone who watches my stream. So if you'd like to enter, we're happy to take some. We've got some new people. He's way happier than some of the others. All right. Escort right. We have like 3 or 4 entries so far for the most depressive life. I think I was in there for a while, but I've become a little bit more upbeat lately. I mean, this is basically my support group. So I need you guys. Give and take. That's what Naj Laszlo says. That's his big thing. Chess organizer in Budapest. Give and take. He could organize pretty much anything. C4 from Seth Court. What are we going to do? Little bored of playing the same old stuff here. Let's play a King's Indian. You don't get the depressive connections? We just had a couple people in a row. It was just a joke, a kind of short-term joke. I don't think it really has anything to do. I don't think it has anything really to do with the stream. Arsenal fan, what is my thought process going to games versus 1800 FIDE opponents? Why am I playing this person? I don't play 1800 FIDE opponents, Arsenal fan. Like, literally the lowest rated player I've played in the last, like, 6 years is, oh, you're talking about, like, in Blitz and stuff? Okay. I thought you meant, so for some reason I just automatically assumed your question was about, like, you know, over the board games. But I was wrong to assume that, you know. Playing my own system against me. I invented this. No. Boris Golko made me start playing this because he beat me with it like 20 years ago. And I was like, hey, that's a good thing to play with white. Alright, we need something to do. Yeah, I basically don't play anyone under 2,000 FIDE. And, you know, we could apply your question to something like, how do I go into games versus 2,000 players? FIDE, maybe. Well, I mean, I want to, like, maximize my winning chances in all stages of the game. That's kind of how I approach it. I've had a lot of games over the years against weaker players, Arsenal fan, and my experience has basically been that in the long run, I've won a lot of drawn end games. So I don't try to force things necessarily too much. I'm patient. I try to be as patient as possible. I'm not sure that everyone can necessarily play that way stylistically. But that's my approach. DZ verb BG 2000s are easy. Are you like a GM or something? Okay, castles. So he's just keeping the tension here. I had a game against my friend Petre Nod. It's Romanian I am. Maybe the same exact position. I feel like I played knight e4. But how does that work? Like knight e4, bishop e4, dc5. I guess that's good for me. $2,000 is pretty solid, and it totally depends on the player. Some 2000s can play very weak, and some 2000s can play like a master. It really depends on who it is and the day that you play them. I think there's a huge variation between different people who are rated around 2000 FIDE. But again, like, I haven't been paired with anyone under 2000. I don't even know, like, the last time. Don't remember getting paired with anyone under 2000. Around 2000, I've had quite a few in the last, say, 10 years. I mean, I guess I'm not playing in weak tournaments. If I play in weak tournaments where I'm one of the highest rated players, then it would happen. If I played in like weekend tournaments locally in the United States, maybe, where I was like one of the top players, I would get paired with people who were like 1900, but I don't play in tournaments like that. I basically I only play in really strong tournaments and some team competitions. So basically, in the last 10 years, I've only played people kind of narrowly between 2000 and 2600, or 2000 and 2650. That's the range of my opponents in the last 10 years in serious games. It's actually not that narrow. I mean, 2000 to 2650 is a 650 point range. I'm like kind of in the middle. But basically, Arsenal fan, I'm supposed to win almost every single game I play against someone who's like below 1950. Petre Nod played, I think, what did he do? He did something where he let me double the pawns on c3. I can't remember what he played now. This was a recommended setup for black. I actually had another game with Tot Ervin, a fairly strong IM who's a friend of mine. And Ervin also played the system. But something weird happened in that game. I didn't go h6. I believe I played bishop f5 directly, and Ervin played knight h4. I was like, well, that's weird. What do I do? So our game was literally like bishop f5, knight h4, bishop d7. And then he put his knight back on f3, and I was like, okay, he's okay with the draw. So we just repeated position, bishop f5, knight h4, bishop d7, etc., and agreed to a draw. It was a team tournament. Okay, so d5. Escort right, doing the same thing, allowing the Nimzo like double pawns. Here we go again. We had the Nimzo like structure just a little while ago. Gotta kind of like this for white. This is feeling like an improvement. Well, 2000, a serious 12-year-old, a 65-year-old senior who doesn't play online. Dude, serious 12-year-olds are like 23, 2200, and sometimes even higher. You're behind the times there, DZ Verbighi. 2000 is like a weak 12-year-old who's behind the learning curve. Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of middle-aged people. Actually, I disagree with you. There's a lot of middle-aged people who are like 2000. Because you're not going to see them in tournaments that much. But mostly the old guys who got worse. Dude, one of my students just played an 11-year-old who's 2500 in France. I mean, bishop f5. He's like the #1 player in the world. I think he got paired with this kid who's the #1 player in the world for under 12 or something. Usually around 2100. 2000 is kind of on the weak side for a 10-year-old. But they probably draw me. It's better I don't get paired with them. I'd have a too high of a draw. Chance of a draw. It's better I don't play those 2000s. So this is equal. Nice game by Escort right. Very, very, very solid play by white through this game. Pretty bad bishop for black, but hopefully I can do something about that. We can do something about that. What happens now? Position gets complicated. I'm kind of half kidding, guys, but for the most part, like, I've played a lot of 10, 11, 12-year-old kids who are 2100, 2200, in that range. Between 2100 and 2300. Isn't that uncommon for, like, a 12-year-old kid? 2000 is on the weak side. Nice game by white here. I like the way he allowed the double pawns. So, weird position now. Yeah, I better not do that. Getting complicated. Queen is like the worst blockader. Really nice time management by white. Well, I started playing chess when I was like 11. So, an expert on the subject. Nice game by white. Only winning by time here if I am. That's a crazy move. H4 is just mental. Maybe it was a mouse slip. I think he just mouse slipped H4. I mean, there's no way that he would play H4. That's like anything but H4 here, and white is probably slightly better. Let's see. Well, it's not too late to start Ironman Texas at 23. Computer says I'm a tiny bit better. I always tell the story about the Latvian Grandmaster Norman Mises, who he told me he started when he was like 21 and became a GM. So it's never too late, you know, if you start in your early 20s to become a strong player. All right, let's see. I was going to check the opening here. I was curious about this. H6, bishop h4, bishop f5. What did white play? Castles here. And so most people take on e4, but he played rook c1, which is a theoretical novelty. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It looks like I made a mistake, knight c6, because the way the game went, I didn't like this. Here was a really important moment where I played knight e5, because if I play knight a5, I think I'm just in a lot of trouble after knight d2. White's going to roll me with these pawns in the center, and I think that white is better. So this was a good decision by me to play knight e5, but basically a good game by white where he was always kind of solid. All right, let's get some more games. Guys, I just want to remind everybody that I do stream for the most part 6 days a week. I think I'm probably going to be going to 5 for the summer, though. So we will see, but I think probably starting 2 weeks from now, my schedule is gonna change. We're gonna eliminate the Wednesday stream and go to just 5 days a week for the summer. Another note I've got to make is that next week there will be a Wednesday stream, but next week I've got a 4-day break. We've got a 4-day break between the 27th and the 30th. I am not going to be streaming. Next Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, there's no stream. So just so that you guys know, on the 27th, Thursday, the 28th, Friday, and the 30th, Sunday, the 30th, no stream next week. No complaints from anybody. And I think moving through the summer, I'm going to be doing 5 days a week instead of 6 because I've got a lot of responsibilities. I'm not going back to Budapest. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be here. I mean, I am going to go back to Budapest eventually, but it's going to be like in October probably. So I'm going to spend the rest of the summer here into the beginning of the fall until I can wrap up a lot of business here I have to take care of, and looking for like probably October going back to Budapest. But the summer stream, we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, which is I think what I did last year. And probably this 5:30 time that I usually do. Today is 2:30. We're probably going to be opting for more 5:30-ish times. What's my business now? I have like personal business, not like business. I work at the secondhand market, basically selling junk for I sell junk at the flea market for money. That's what I do other than playing chess and teaching chess. And we'll be doing that until October. So anyway, guys, Bob Sakamano, Arsenal fan, Nefidov, Nicolas. Last thing I want to mention is that Sunday stream. We've got the simul stream on Sunday. It's just checking the calendar. The Sunday stream is a simul stream I do most Sundays at 5:30 p.m. So most of my streams are going to be at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will try to occasionally do an earlier stream like this even in the summer. But for the most part, I need the middle of the day free. So we're going to be doing more 5:30 p.m.-ish type of streams. Sunday, guys, Simon, don't forget. Bob's Sack is up next. With or without the chat ban, I'm still accepting Bob's challenge. I'm feeling warmed up, so we're going to play some e4. That was weird.
Well, yes.
Yes, Bob, it's your turn. Azerbay, thanks for the Sunday reference. So, Bob is counting his many options here. Jim, thank you for the donation, sir. It was a good game by Seth Courtright. If you guys want to play that system against the King's Indian that he used in that game, the so-called Smyslov system, it is a very, very solid way for white to approach the King's Indian. However, there are two different ways we can play that setup that we saw last game. Bob, I don't know. Maybe Bob has a connection problem. But, what is H6? Oh. Jim, thank you for donating. So Jim is the leader for the week with 900 bits. Merle Dixon with 801. Dragon BC with 600. I might have to actually time this out. I mean, he doesn't seem to be here. Move 11, 500 yesterday. Thank you, Move 11. Was here today as well. De La Corda, 150. Bob, who's not here, 100. And Mr. Coffee with 50. All right, I'm going to have to cancel this and take him later. Something happened. Arsenal fan. Something happened with Bob. I think he got another snake bite. Where's my snake? I'll show you guys my snake. It's an old fraternity house sort of joke, but there's the snake. This is a snake that bit Bob. It's highly poisonous. And Bob is having, he needs anti-vax, or what's it called? Anti-vax. Anti-venom. So if you guys can donate a little bit more toward Bob's anti-venom, I would appreciate it. The Mubot messages were deleted. Wait, why were Mubot messages deleted? Do I have a problem with Mubot, maybe? I haven't checked, you know, Mubot really of late. Oh, okay. Maybe he's trying to tell me something. Okay, I don't know the McCutcheon really, so we better steer clear of that and just play what I know. The countdown is 2. Countdown to what? I'm sorry, I'm missing it. You wanted to run away. Bob, you're... Bob, why am I saying Bob? Jim, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking to me? I wasn't quite understanding your comments. I didn't get it. Mubot likes to whisper. You're talking to Aspen, okay. Bishop e3. Main line, classical. I want to say, whenever I say classical, I want to say classical Nimzo. Mainline classical French. I don't play e4 very often in tournament games. My theoretical knowledge there not quite as strong. This poison pawn variation, for example, this went out of fashion a long time ago. Knight a4, right? Knight a4. I don't really know this line too well, so Arsenal might be able to catch me out here. I mean, this is supposed to be good for white. I don't know the latest wrinkles, but I don't think anyone plays it anymore for black, so it's just good for white. Very briefly looked at it. I don't know why. A couple months ago, glanced over it. Nothing really changed here. I think that it's just considered better for white. Black sacks a piece with knight b4, c4, bishop b4. This is like a variation I saw in tournaments 25 years ago. You know, at that time it was kind of interesting. I think now it's considered to be dubious for black. Everybody plays, as far as theory goes, like everybody plays a6 for the most part nowadays. Well, that's one of the lines. I mean, you can also play c takes d, I guess. But a6 is the main move. Now he doesn't, I guess he doesn't have to sacrifice a piece here, right? Just retreat his queen to c7. That looks like a sensible move. But then white just has some space advantage. Arsenal's checking with the opening explorer. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's funny, Uber driver actually mentioned this guy yesterday. Ironically, Arnie Dubois, who is a national master, borderline national master in Boston 25 years ago. And I distinctly remember there was an under 2200 section in a local tournament where like the battle for first place was decided between like 11-year-old Jorge Samor Hasbun. At that time his name was Jorge Zamora. He's one of the highest rated blitz players on lichess now. Samor, a good friend of mine. He was a little kid. He was like 11 years old, and he beat Arnie Dubois. In this variation, I think in under 2200 section. So even in those days, the really good 11-year-olds were playing around 2100. But I also remember Jay Bonin playing this variation with black. The journeyman New York City IM, one of the most active players in the United States for like the last 35 years. Bishop d3, b5, knight b2. I don't know what I'm supposed to play here. Would be good to know the next move in the theoretical line. Like rook b1 maybe? Rook b1 looks kind of interesting. I'm not sure if this is right though. Something about this feels wrong. I wanted to play bishop d3, but I suddenly was afraid that like b5 was good for black for some reason. Like he would play b5, knight b2, knight c5. I was thinking about sacking my bishop on h7 with check and doing the classic. Can I do that? Like bishop d3. He'll play bishop takes d2 check, and then knight takes d2, and then b5, and all that stuff. I don't know. Just because this is like theoretically refuted doesn't mean that it's still not dangerous practically. If I could get bishop h7 in time, it would work, but I think if I go bishop d3, he just exchanges on d2, and then I have to play knight takes d2. So like Jim's point is that bishop d3, b5, bishop takes h7 check might work for white, but he doesn't have to allow that. This is the move. I think this is correct. It's very possible this is theory, and that rook b1 was kind of like residually in my mind from looking at this long ago. f6 is the move, no doubt. Best move. Guess I have to take. Mr. Coffee, do you know this? You play the French sometimes. But unfortunately, my theoretical knowledge is not this deep, and I think in the past I've actually played like a3 when encountering this in blitz. Instead of, remember Nigel Short playing that? a3 instead of knight a4, basically. So this move was unexpected. I expected rook takes. Wow. So what am I supposed to do now? Rook b5, but then he attacks f4. Still, maybe it's worth playing rook b5. It'll be a target later on. Man, this looks kind of dangerous, but I need to protect f4. I've got a bunch of problems. Looks like I'm going to lose to Arsenal Fan again. The second time in 3 games. The funny thing is, he's not supposed to know a lot of theory. He must be really studying opening theory. Extremely difficult position for white. You have to be super precise to play this. You know, a computer probably is better here, but for a human being, it's easier to play for black. What's up, Juicebox? Long time no see. Does this European time? Yeah, Arsenal, faster and stronger. We're here for the Arsenal fan stream, basically. Too good for me, man. I don't know. I already doubt my decision to play one move there previously. I'm about to lose on time. How does this work? I guess we'll take this. Try to develop my pieces. We'll have to give the piece back at some point. Try to stay alive. Guess I could have played bishop c4 check. It's all easy to say when you're just spectators. But bishop c4 gets in the way of my rook. Instantly. He instantly played that too. All right. Too strong for me. Still a very close game here. But he freaked out. Wow. I just got lucky. I was completely busted. Can't believe it. That's so bad. I mean, I was just dead. Winning position for black. The attack's just too strong. He has 100 different ways to win, right? Man, so I thought I was okay here, but apparently not. I have to play like a perfect move at this point. I move 19, move 20. I move 20, I have to play perfectly to stay alive. So I don't know what happened in the opening. Oh, you should figure it out though. Something went seriously wrong here. Wow. That's ridiculous. I mean, how is it possible that like nobody's castled except for one game where Andrekin won in this position? So the theoretical move here is bishop takes d2 check, which is, I mean, maybe it transposes to something similar, like takes castles. I have to get developed now with bishop d3. I mean, the moral of the story looks like my move rook b1 was seriously bad. Wow. So I wanted to play bishop d3, but the variation in question, this is what happened, Karyakin, Andrekin. Check it out. Bishop d2 check, this is exactly what I was afraid of, and b5. Oh, there's actually a lot of games. Wow. f6 or something. Okay, not so easy to play. You really have to memorize a lot here. But I got to get my king to a safe position, and that's the thing I didn't do. Bishop takes b4 check. I really shouldn't enter into this variation without knowing what I'm doing. But I was unfamiliar with castles. It's apparently never played, and I should have played this. But again, I was afraid of what I said, like bishop d2, knight d2, b5. And this is all theory that I didn't know. Now knight b2. I guess like f6 I would anticipate. What's wrong with f6? E takes f6. You know, something similar to the game, maybe. I mean, the huge difference, I'm getting out. If my king gets to a safe position, I'm okay. So Arsenal fan just let me off the hook there. I was dead. Man, I was dead. Be careful what you play, guys. Don't play what you don't know. I thought I could get away. It wouldn't be that hard to figure it out over the board, but man, that was seriously dangerous. Nefedov trying to ambush me here, quietly entering the stream. Nefedov has, let's see, what do we have? 245 games so far against Nefedov. Check it out. Let's do b6. I got to keep him off his Terry Lilas high. So Nefedov, did you play this before? Yeah, Arsenal, I mean, that was a topical line 25 years ago, but then it just completely went out of fashion. I remember 1991, 1990, 1991, seeing games where everybody, you know, didn't know who was better in those lines, and then suddenly it stopped being played. So people started to use computers back in the 90s, and I guess they figured out that somehow that's not so good. Nefedov here with c4 quickly. Wonder about c6. He's ambushing me with quick play. d5 is not supposed to be great for white. But again, I really need to have some kind of concrete clue of what I'm doing here. If I take on d5, what if I take and try to undermine the d5? I feel like this is a mistake. Yeah, that's the question. Did the line get refuted by Engine's Arsenal? But even if it's refuted, maybe it's still worth playing because like people will make mistakes like I did. You know, that's the question, I guess, at the end of the day. Which way do I take? With the pawn, with the knight, or with the pawn? Here. Knight. Knight's more dynamic. The Nefedov has a good structure. I wonder if I could play like bishop b4 check. He didn't take on c6. Wow. That's going to leave him with a pretty vulnerable pawn there on d5. So knight f6, d6 resigns. Is that what happens there, Nefedov? Got to be careful. He's a tricky guy. 1736. 2000 in correspondence. All these British guys. What's going on? English. They're all ridiculously underrated. They're just here to make me look bad. Well, I mean, now, okay, I'm not going to get my bishop trapped. So if I play just like bishop takes, bishop check, and knight f6, how bad is this for black? You know, if he checks, I play queen e7. White's close to being overextended. Reminds you of Caro Khan. Kind of weird, Caro Khan. I want that pawn to get weak. Weaker and weaker. This is our... We live for that pawn. We're living for that pawn. Interesting how everyone has different interpretations of the same position. Some people think the d5 pawn is vulnerable. Others say white has more space. I think this is, in my opinion, it's a pretty big liability. So I would lean toward black being slightly better here. But it's close, you know. He's got pretty good support for his pawn. 98 d6. Well, I was headed for 94. Look, he's trying to target this now. Oh, this bishop c4 move took me by surprise. Is that a single too? a6. Of course, if he ever plays d6, I have bishop takes f3. That's gonna really cause some problems. This was the plan. Well, which way do I take? My idea was to eliminate one of the defenders of d5, but he's managed to re-defend it with bishop on c4. I guess another move I could consider there would be rook c8. Actually. d6 earlier on? Well, I mean, maybe the last move. I don't know when he can play it, like now, maybe? Guys, thanks for joining my stream. Rook takes e4. Sacking in exchange. I won't do that against Nefedov anymore. He likes to take material. Very practical player. Okay, so you have to be mindful of d6. Mindfulness. I'm surprised how good he is. He's 1736. You'd think he would be a lot weaker. He's got almost, well, he's got more than 20% score against me. Yeah, knight g5 is not happening. T-dark. That's the first thing that's definitely not happening here. It's a nice pipe dream, but I'm not letting him play that. Sometimes he makes blunders. Big blunders. Big blunders of all sizes. So hopefully we'll catch a blunder like we did against Arsenal fan. Oh, say what? Wow. Okay. I don't understand. You've got bishop f7 or some in-between move? Bishop f7 check, king f7. No. Wow. This looks like a tactics puzzle. What? It's a tactics puzzle. Man, I don't believe this. How is this not like lost for white? Calmly. Man, I'm looking at crazy moves. I almost played some insane move here. No, I mean, bishop a6, guys, don't give me too many direct hints, but bishop a6, you know, just queen d2. There doesn't seem to be a knockout blow there. He's got 2 minutes. You know, you'd think he would be really low rated at like blitz. I mean, he's got way more time than me in a tense position. Move 11 had something there, it looks like. Bishop a6, queen d2, rook a1, threatening bishop e2. That's a really nice line, move 11. That might have worked. Now he had time to play h3, so maybe you were on the right track there. I don't think I have anything special here. We're just gonna have to try to win this gradually. I missed that. I mean, 2 rooks should be clearly better than the queen. d6 is weak, but, you know, I still have to watch out for it coming down. Systematically kind of just keep him compressed. Eventually just dropped something. He has that. Oh, mate. Oh no, it's mate. It's almost mate. He's still not made it. OMG. Thought I hung a piece. I was like, no, I saw queen c3, but queen d2 was unexpected. You need to get the knight in the game. I never did pick up that. The d6 pawn, ironically. Playing on out of momentum. Momentum. Nice try, Nefedov. So, Bob Sack is back. Bob got disconnected, so we'll give him a chance to play. Then we'll play the other two. We've still got some time left, 45 minutes, so we'll see, guys. The Sicilian Bob, are you still playing Bishop C4? Nefedov gave it the old college try there, but the anti-Bob. Something against Bishop C4. Been training with Bishop C4 experts. Guys, thanks for joining my stream. International Master William Pascal. We've got Simul on Sunday, so please come and join us. 25-player Simul. 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when we're going to do most of our streams in the summer. This is one of our rare earlier streams. I think next week we can do Monday as well at this time at 2:30. I'm sorry, 12:30 Eastern Time. Iron Man Texas said, I understand tonight what the meaning of master. Thank you. But I'm honestly, you know, the games that you've seen today, I've been in some trouble in a number of these games. So it certainly wasn't a one-man show. Arsenal had me beaten, and none of the games have been easy, to be frank. Knight C3, Mr. Bob. What are we going to do with Mr. Bob? Solid. Skaveningen. You have an opponent so obsessed with Trompowsky, I've started playing d4 h6. Oh my god. You better consult Michael Bassman. I don't like the Trompowsky for white. I mean, it's okay, but d4, knight f6, bishop g5, d5. It's just very solid for black. You take with the g-pawn on f6. I mean, I stand by that variation. 100%. You have my absolute guarantee that black should be fine after d4, knight f6, bishop g5, d5. The stamp of approval. 100% guarantee it's okay for black. But there's many different options. Even g6, bishop f6, e takes f6 is good for black. c5 is okay for black. There's just a lot of good lines. Even the Karpov kind of passive bishop g5, e6 against the Trompowsky. Skaveningen against Bob. Nice. Nice, Bob. Sharp. This should and could get sharp. I avoided the Kiri's attack, not allowing knight f6, g4. Be careful, you never know when Bob is going to wield like opposite side castling craziness. Hi, Bob. He wants to take back. All right. Are you a tier 2 subscriber? Because that's one of the features of tier 2 subscriptions. You get 3 takebacks per week if you're a tier 2 subscriber. All right, but we'll give you kind of like a gift, a freebie take back. Watch my pronunciation on Skaveningen. It's better than 90% of Americans. I'll take that. Most people can't even come close. Skaveningen, I don't know. It's probably pretty bad, but it's still better than most. They're like Scheveningen. All right, I'll say it like a real American chess player. Scheveningen. Scheveningen. That's it. They say Scheveningen. That was what I was taught by 10 other club players. Forget about it, Tigark. Scheveningen. Bishop d7. Bishop b5 is really outside the normal theory. This is some kind of a theoretical move. Probably not bad for white, though. It's okay. I would prefer for him to give up, you know, from his perspective, I think he should trade the bishop on c6 rather than the knight. But most people don't play bishop b5. Alright, guys. What's up next? We got 40 minutes left in the stream. Sunday simul. I get a little break tonight. Tonight is my rest night. Gonna throw some steaks on the barbecue. It's been raining all day. Perfect day for a barbecue. But I haven't had time to cook all week. What was that? Oh, it must be my robocalls for the day. Robocalls for the day. I've got a voicemail. Obviously very important. Usually they just start the voicemail and then hang up about midway through. Let's see. Nope, it's some sort of voicemail. We'll let that go till later. Alright. We've got bishop g5. He likes his bishops developed to their optimal positions. h6. Playing with pieces. Svetozar Gligorich. I play with pieces. It's kind of funny. It's a weird title for a book. Alright. Go ahead, Bob. Do your worst. Amy is a problem, Jim. The former owner of my phone. In the last week, I started getting all these calls about applying for disability. And I just don't understand. Like, if she suddenly did something regarding that, you know, like applying for disability or whatever, why is she getting messages to her old phone about it? Like, I've had this phone for like 8 months now, and I mean, if she changed her status and started, this is some stranger that I've never met who used to own my phone, I'm getting messages about them applying for disability. Percy Hepworth said he called the 5th world champion you. Yeah, that's what most people do. There's a lot of good Hungarian names you can mess up too. Try to say Chom. Istvan Chom. CSOM, because Ch is CS in Hungarian. And for the longest time when I was in like junior high school and high school, I would read the Chess Informator and think that it was Kassam. Because I have no idea. You know, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Bob playing so much boring. Uh-oh. Is Fuchsia here? Bob's been accused of being boring now. Bob plays only with pieces, not with pawns. He's above playing with pawns. He's graduated from that. Pawns, he doesn't do that. Just the pieces. Uh-oh. Pawns are here just to be traded off. Very solid. Now my bishop becomes a question. Yes, this is very solid. Man, Bob is equal. This is disappointing. The Bobster, still equal after 13 moves. There's no good way to keep this bishop, I don't think. I mean, it's pretty extreme. I could play bishop e8, but I think that's going too far to try to keep the bishop pair. He stops trolling. We've got something here strategically along the c file. One of the big problems in the open Sicilian where white plays d4 is that sometimes this pawn becomes kind of targeted, and the knight in fact becomes tied down to said pawn. So I think we've got a little something here. Although queen f3 looks like a good move for white now. Yeah, I think after this move he should probably play queen f3 and just protect his knight on c3. Well, he found another move. Bob. The point was that if queen g5, queen e7. But actually, I was trying to trick him into losing a piece a different way. It was mean. I thought maybe if Bob got short of time, he would just believe me and play queen f3, but of course he loses a piece here to queen takes g5. Maybe the best move is to simply play like bishop d2. Let's see. Oh, he can play knight e4. Okay, so I'm actually pinning nothing. Bob was in fact equal after my last move. So it looks like queen a5 was actually a mistake. Oh man. I let you off the hook with that move, Bob. Early resignation from Bob. Play queen d7, dropping a queen. Alright, Nicholas. It was a solid opening, though. It was a solid opening, Bob. Don't be discouraged. You're getting better. Okay, this guy is really decent. This is the guy from Colombia. Yeah. Last time was a draw. I was like worse. I was under a lot of pressure in that game where I was black. I don't remember the opening. Let's do the Caro-Kann for Fuchs. Fuchs, she likes the Caro-Kann. I like the Caro-Kann, but the Caro-Kann doesn't like me. You just play random moves. It was very systematic, but you're starting to play very systematic random moves, Bob. It's a good sign. Rook e1 was a solid move. This was Blobix's move. Blobix used a system against me like 2 weeks ago. And now it's coming back to me that I looked at it in the opening explorer after the game, and Nicholas challenged me the wrong time control, guys. He did 7+3. Unfortunately, we're supposed to be playing 5+3. My bad. This game's going to take a little longer than we should have. But I'll try to play faster. But nobody played knight f6 in any of the games, which was weird because I thought it's a kind of natural move. Everyone just automatically played e6 across the board in the database. Fuchsia, maybe you can investigate. Oh, he fell for it. Nice. The trap. Trap-o-matic. Queen f5. We win a pawn. Yes. It's a gambit. White's playing for the 2 bishops. Now he has sort of an I take back like pawn sacrifice. We had a similar thing the other day. White sort of accidentally gets some sort of compensation. Accidental. We do have queen check. He could also have played queen e2 there. I mean, I think in this endgame with queen e2, he has a little bit of compensation for the sacrifice pawn. We've got to make a judgment about knight e4 check. Bishop e4, queen e4, rook e1. Something like queen d5. But trading a bishop off here should be pretty good for me. But he's playing way too fast for this time control. And there's no reason to challenge me to 7+3 if you're going to play this fast and play the whole game in 10 seconds. It just doesn't make sense. Well, anyway, Fuchsia, when you do your study on f4, you'll have to investigate like why everyone plays e6 automatically. Maybe they just don't know about f5, bishop takes f5, or something like that. It's like an optical illusion. I don't really want to play, you know, I want to play as actively as possible. I mean, if knight f6 is a little more active than e6, maybe. But anyways, queen f5, favorite move of Stockfish in many a situation. Queen g6 is possible here too. My queen could get attacked though in an inconvenient moment with knight h4 later on. It sounds like a joke, but I'm serious. So queen g6, later e6, and later he does like knight h4, and I basically almost get trapped. Almost doesn't count, right? As they say. Wow. I don't know. It's Cyrillic notation. What is it, Spanish? No, it's from Mongolia. I didn't know what an S was, or what language it was. Look at this, bishop a5, bishop c7. This guy is weird, man. Got the weird moves going on with bishop c7. As long as you don't trap my queen, I don't care what you do. You can do all the bishop c7s you want. My only problem is that this queen doesn't get trapped. Other than that, you can have fun with your bishop. All I'm asking, get out of there. Queen is pretty awkward. But I mean, his time use is absurd. Like, what's the point of playing a 7+ whatever game? You play the whole game in like 10 seconds. He only plays bullet. I don't know why he's challenging me to 7+3. He's like a bullet player. Playing every game as if it's bullet. You need to slow down. Just slow down. I want to play c5. It actually looks okay. Because if rook h4, that's not on. If d5, knight f6. Oh, he's got a trick there. c5, d5, knight f6, rook e5. So that's a problem. Alright. Queen d5, then c5. Yeah, I don't know. Some people think it's like cool to like move real fast and more macho or something. But I mean, I think that it's just simply the case of a player who only plays one time control. You know, he literally only plays 1-0, and so he doesn't know how to adjust. I mean, he can't play any other way. I think this was a bad move. I mean, like queen e2, probably much stronger. Though I guess he's got some sort of trick here for me. threatening tricks. Yeah, Arsenal, good point. Different time controls are tricky. I agree. It's not easy to adjust. I think Arsenal has had that problem himself, most likely. So he's speaking from experience. I mean, even after like some inaccuracies, it feels like White still has a very playable game here. Maybe I should be careful. All right, judgment call time. This is kind of a weird move. Making a decision. Try to keep it simple when you have less time. Not sure I'm doing that here. Bishop c5 was my intention. I talked myself out of it. Basically sacrificing a pawn back. If sub 3, can I challenge 10 plus 10? I don't see a way to trap his queen on a7. He's probably freaking out looking for some queen trap that's not there. I didn't see a queen trap. I'm just going to play like knight e4 and grab his bishop and then threaten stuff like bishop c5. I think he loses the initiative there. Okay, so he just like hung a rook, which is a pity, you know. But I'm not going to do a take back, you know, at this point because it's not enough time left. We have enough time for 2 more games. If you do a tier sub, I can't speak. If you do a sub tier 3, can I challenge 10 plus 10? Yes, Bob. I would definitely do a 10 plus 10 if you sub tier 3. That's a good deal. I'll give you a 10 plus 10 game for a tier 3 sub. I would make that standing offer to anyone. Tier 3 subs get a 10-10 game. Absolutely. Fair enough. 1 10 plus 10 or continuous? What does that mean, Bob? Take back, are you kidding? 10 times 10 plus 10? No. We're talking hourly rates, if you want to do that. All right, Santiago. Well, originally when I started my stream, that's what I do, Arsenal fan. Just 1 game or 1 per stream. Or 10 or 20. Bob, if you do tier 3, I'm not gonna like give you more than 1 game per stream, but I would let you have a 10 plus 10 for your challenge games. Fast Friday, slowed down by Bob. I reserve the right to make some exceptions. It could also be private. For a private room, Bob, we charge extra. Fast Friday should still be 5 plus 3. So Bob even agrees with Fuchsia. He's just teasing me with a tier 3 sub. Bob's private room. Guys, I have a YouTube channel, don't forget. Thanks, Arsenal fan. YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube, where I do upload the streams, the reruns, if you will. I don't do reruns. I think that's kind of cheap. Try to do reruns to generate money. I know other streamers do that, I understand, but I still feel it's kind of cheap. I put all my reruns up for free on my Video Chess Training, so I do have some independent material and I will be producing more, but for the next foreseeable 6 months, I'm still working the flea market scene, so I think we'll be good in about 6 months or so to get into doing more work on my YouTube channel and other chess stuff. Several websites have approached me about doing videos, like, and I just don't even have time to accept like job offers for making chess videos for websites and stuff. All right, so h3, knight b6, bishop e3, c5. I had a similar game with Stuck. Takes, queen d1, rook d1, knight d7. c3 and rook e1 are more useful moves than h3, I think, in this kind of position. So I'm going to pull the trigger on this. T-Dark, I guess he's talking about, I hope he's talking about my YouTube channel, which is Video Chess Training on YouTube. Yeah, c3 denies my bishop on g7. So it becomes a kind of important. You see, right now he's dropping a rook, you know, or exchange on b2. Bob's like, c3 question mark? Yes, Bob. He just dropped his exchange on a1. It sounds 80s. It is 80s, Bob. I started it in 1986. Before YouTube even existed, I was making videos on YouTube. All right, so what are we going to do here? He sacked an exchange. No problem. Wow. That's pretty hardcore. Positional exchange sacrifice. Okay. Queen's off the board, positional exchange. I mean, that's some hardcore stuff right there. Wow. Maybe a5. A little bit worried about this. Okay, knight a6, knight e4. We got some consolidation work to do. Debt consolidation, among other things. Knight c6. All right. How do I get my pieces out? I guess I'm threatening b6 now. This guy has a good natural feel. Very similar to our last opponent. Is this guy from a different country? Okay, he's from Brazil. So 1,000 bullet games. He's got a balanced act, though. Not enough rapid. I will also say that he's also playing too fast. Also. Need to say that a few more times. Mocking myself, but knight takes b6 or pawn takes b6. Pawn takes b6, bishop d5, bishop b7. He found it, kids. Various ways to increase the pressure on the pin, but I can do stuff like knight a5 to unpin. He actually has bishop h6 here. That could be kind of scary. It's a good thing I've got an extra exchange to give back. Although, I'm not going to be that generous unless I have to. Obviously a very intuitive style player. Knight d8 is great. I think I need to play this. Please don't mate me. Good thing there's no queen on the board. I need to start trading this guy's pieces off here, because his pieces are getting outrageously active. Look at those guys. Those pieces are just brutal. Get out of here. My kingdom for a trade of pieces. Nope. Alright, we got one. We've got material to give back. Don't be greedy. The two most important rules in chess. Don't be greedy and don't be stupid. F6, temptation. Probably a good move. Although, how am I going to do this? Alright, we're going to do this. Get out of my face with that piece, dude. Still not easy. little bit of air. He's only 1887. What an initiative. 96 1 for white. Arsenal, like, in what position? I played knight a5. If he does 96, I take on b3. The next move, if he does 96, he's dropping a bishop. I think that only works in like hope chess variations. Yeah, he played bishop b3 in that moment with 96. Pawn e6, bishop e6. No, I don't think so. It's like 96, pawn e6, bishop e6, rook e6, rook e6, and I'm up a piece, right? He's already sacrificed the exchange, so you have to remember that he's down material here. Now he just like lost his mind. Same thing, like he keeps forgetting that he's down material. Well, you guys both forget that he's down material. One of the problems with sacrificing material is you can't sacrifice any more material after that because you already did. So you sort of run out of ammunition, right? That's what just occurred at the moment. All right. Guys, we have time for one more game. Brain Hacker. I guess we'll save the Bob 10-10 challenge for another day when he really pulls the trigger on the... Zombie still work. iZombie still working on Don't Be Stupid. That's funny. My friend Tiglash Balash, who's a Hungarian 2200, he made an account here on lichess. His name was Don't Be Stupid. But it was in Hungarian, so no one understood what it was, what it meant. Kind of funny, though. Gave me the idea. It's a good idea. All right, Brain Hacker, the C3 Sicilian. I think if tier 3 subs get 10 plus 10 games on every stream now, Monday to Wednesday, you'd get a few. Making some kind of deal like that might be wheeling and dealing. I should make more features for tier 2 and tier 3, Bob. I agree. Sladgie variation. I brought this to life back around 2000 and I would say 2009 or 2010, and then I like quit chess for 5 years almost, and I came back and like all these grandmasters were playing bishop f5. It had been played in like one game previously. Just something different to try to give the C3 Sicilian player something new to think about. But I think any variation against C3 Sicilian where black is playing d5 and taking with the queen and developing the bishop outside the pawn chain rather than e6, black has to be very careful. The bishop g4 lines. Black has to be very careful not to fall behind in development. Organized trips. Yeah, Bob. We're not going to go there, Stook, with you and Bob have your perverted fantasies. I'll leave that for professional chess organizers. Bishop e2. Chess and sex tourism. Not my specialty. All right, the landscapers are coming, guys, so we've got 10 minutes left. They're busting out the Friday afternoon. We're late. We're going to ruin your stream. Bishop e2. Okay, so I think I can just do this like CD. I had a game like this. CD, CD, e6, knight c3. Oh, I can also take here. We had this against a different player. Exact same position. There's e6 or bishop takes b1. Last time I played bishop takes b1. Maybe I'll go with that. the pawn grab. Actually, one of the first games, I don't know if Fuxia, if she's still here, but she's a Caro-Kann aficionado. One of the first games I ever played in my first like 25 games was this tournament. Well, maybe not 25. I don't know. It was my first year playing, and I was playing a Caro-Kann where I was black, and I did like bishop takes b1, so I could play queen a5 check and take the pawn on a2. And I lived somehow to make a draw against a higher rated player. I was like 1400 and my opponent was like 1700. And somehow I made a draw. It's like this pawn grab. I'm not really that interested in that pawn. Which landscaper is this now? I know where they are all located by time of day and in different houses. They could at least wait 5 more minutes till my stream is done. I have to have a talk with them. But seriously, I don't know about grabbing this pawn or not. It's out of position. I'm going to be principled and I'm not going to take that pawn. What do you guys think? I don't want to lose time. I want to focus on developing my pieces. And my main reason for playing bishop takes b1 wasn't to try to win the pawn on a1, but the idea was just so that my queen doesn't get basically harassed on d5. So a3. Good move, a3, stopping bishop b4 in the future. So my other game last week against the opponent, it was similar to this, and I felt that white, because of the two bishops, white had some initiative, and I'm not sure who's objectively better here. My feeling is that black should be solid. Do you guys know the Baltic defense? d4, d5, c4, bishop f5. Played by most frequently by the Latvian Grandmaster Igor Rausis, or Igor Rausis. In Latvia they put S after everybody's names all the time, but I think it's like Igor Rausis. I played once, but he was a specialist in doing d4, d5. Is this guy cheating? Why would you say that, Bob? He's just playing. He's just like playing. He's just playing. Like, I don't think he's cheating. Played very ordinary moves. Did he come in trolling? Brain hacker? Poor brain hacker. I don't know why you're picking on him. H3. That's clearly an engine move. This is just a normal chess player, it appears. Oh, he's from India, so Bob is paranoid because our old friend, Tushar was from India too. Bob thinks everyone from India is Tushar. Bob, there's a like kind of large population of people in India. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. Oh, the guy that came in with the notation 38 moves long, he said he was from Mongolia, Bob. That's Mongolia. We're solid here, but the two bishops negate my advantage, my structural advantage, let's say. Bishop c4 becomes an option. Put my pawns in the right color. Queen a4. It's a decent move. It keeps this protected. Gives him rook d1. Black is solid. White is solid. I think that, okay, this is not a good strategy in general. And I talked about this with Stuk yesterday in our game analysis stream. You don't want to trade pieces when you have the inferior pawn structure. So a queen exchange here for white, I think it's really helping black more than helping white. I'm not sure if I should jump on the queen exchange or just let him exchange. I mean, I'm just making a developing move while he's moving the same piece twice. Guys, this is our last game for today. We're going to be back on Sunday with a simul. I'd like to thank everybody for supporting the stream. Jim with 900 bits this week. Merle Dixon with 801. Dragon BC with 600. Please feel free to make a streaming donation. If you click the Panda GIF on the Twitch page, you can make a streaming donation. so your donation is visible to everybody on the stream. You can also make an old-fashioned PayPal donation if you like the stream and you can afford it. I'd appreciate you donate. I have a list of people who donated. I keep up to date on the Twitch page. Okay, so that's interesting. All right. I didn't see any discoveries there. He's on c8 twice, but I didn't miss something. White's still solid, though. Very solid player. What do I do? Knight d5 doesn't do anything. Bishop d6. h6. Knight a5. This is a stupid idea. Same sort of problems I had against the last guy who did this. Just difficult to really prove anything here. Does Brain Hacker have enough games? Yeah, he does. Okay. Because I don't like to play people who have less than 100 games. I would just like to see the other game I played. It might be that he has like the same guy with more than one account, but it's unlikely. Man, this is solid for white. Okay, h6. I was a little nervous about bishop g5 there. I probably would have had to play knight e7. We're basically fighting for the d5 square. But you can't play d5 yet. This is a mistake. I think. I hope that it's a mistake. What about knight d5? That's extremely similar. It was a simul game, I think. Wasn't it? It was a draw? The guy even executed the same exact maneuver, like knight b2, knight b3, knight d2, knight b3, knight c5. Exact same maneuver. It's crazy. It's the same guy. He's got a different account. I'm not sure. Alright. Maybe he's just listening to my suggestion. Paranoid of everybody. Knight e4. Oh, this is a great move. A different way to get in there. I missed it. Now he's probably better. But maybe not. Usarian subscribed with Twitch Prime. Wow, thank you. Unexpected. Getting kind of an awkward position. Brain Hacker is like 1600 in bullet, but he's blitzing me out. How is this guy this good? I think Bob was on to something. We got something going or not yet? Can we win a pawn? Yeah, I mean, this guy was tough. It's still not over yet. What's with his bullet rating being 1600? Damn. Good night, little chess players. Good night to the Nefedov Juniors. It's too late. Too late. Time to go to bed. Good luck with your chess careers. Goodbye, Nefedov Juniors. Have a great night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. All right, Brain Hacker. Wow, man, that was tough. He's a tough 1600. I think at some point, you know, at some point it got pretty out of control there when I allowed his knight to come to e6. Anyway, my mind is fried. Anyway, guys, good games. A lot of them very close. So the next stream will be Sunday. It will be 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's it. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. Thanks to Jim, Merle Dixon, Dragon BC, Move 11, Delacorta, Bob Sacamano, Mr. Coffee. Those are our donators for the week. Again, please make PayPal, Streamlabs donations through the Twitch page and support the stream however you can. If not, just be here, be part of the stream, be constructive, and be a positive influence. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy your summer, since it's supposed to be summer, though it doesn't feel like it where I'm at. I'm kind of glad it's not too hot. I will be back on Sunday again. Simul, 25 players. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you later. From the Panda. The substitute Panda. Our original Panda's in Hungary. Alright guys. Bye-bye. You sound just like the other Panda. I don't know what's up with that. Must be contagious. Alright guys.
Give me a Y, give me an E, give me an F. Yeah!
Alright, that's cheesy. I hate that one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Yes!
Alright guys. We'll see you later. I love the Mexican one. Bye-bye.